Galaxy's Edge projects. And projects is plural. We're building 2 of these. The first is at Disneyland Park right across the street here in Anaheim. The second is in Florida at Walt Disney World Resort and Disney Hollywood Studios Park. So these expansions are actually the largest land expansions we've ever undertaken at any Disney park throughout our history. Each land is more than 14 acres of brand new Star Wars storytelling and Star Wars experiences. So we're looking at the Disneyland version of the model here. However, the Disneyland version is substantially identical to the Florida version as well. The experiences inside will be the same, however there are some slight differences in the way that the landscape and the entrances of the land fit into Disney Hollywood Studios Park as opposed to Disneyland Park. Disneyland model here to give you a bearing of where it's located and how it plugs into Disneyland Park. This entrance nearest to me is next to, or connects to Critter Country near Hungry Bear and Splash Mountain. We have a second entrance from Frontierland and a third from Fantasyland at the opposite end of the model. So both Disneyland and Walt Disney World versions of Star Wars Galaxy Edge are expected to open in 2019. Recently announced Disneyland will open first. We're very excited to share a little bit more about our project and our model, and also a lot of the really compelling Star Wars storytelling that we've been working on as a team. So as questions arise, we're more than happy to discuss. Feel free to flag down any of my fellow team members, Imagineers like myself that are wandering the floor, and we'd be more than happy to answer any questions that we can.
Is it going to be late 2019 or like, do you have a date? We don't have specific dates.
This is our latest expansion project underway at the Disneyland Resort, along with the Walt Disney World Resort at Disney's Hollywood Studios. What a half-inch scale model means is a half-inch represents a foot. So that means this land is going to be rather large. And that's because it's actually the largest expansion project that we have ever undertaken at the Walt Disney Company. The size of the land is going to be 14 acres. To give you a little comparison of what 14 acres means, Cars Land over at Disney California Adventure is 12 acres. So this will be even larger than Cars Land. This model took about 2 years to build and is hand-painted and hand-carved by our Imagineers. The reason why it takes so long is that we use these models as design tools during the process. So as we're constantly updating the design, we're also constantly updating the model. So what this planet used to be was a very popular trading port before everyone used to go off into wild space. With the invention of hyperspeed, people were able to bypass this planet, which meant this planet became a great place if you ever wanted to go into hiding. As you explore the village area, you can notice the arrival of the First Order. We're not quite sure what the First Order is doing here, but we do know wherever the First Order is typically means that there's some trouble. But you can explore the rest of the village area and have the opportunity to shop in the marketplaces, drop by the cantina, and even taste blue milk. In the back of the village, you'll notice that there's some space junk back there, also known as the Millennium Falcon. This is where one of our signature attractions will be, right at the Millennium Falcon, because you will not be able to just board the Millennium Falcon, you have the opportunity to pilot the Millennium Falcon. So you and your family and friends will get to sit in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon and take off on your own Star Wars adventure. On an own customizable mission, just be careful on how you return the ship, because based on how you return the ship, there might be a bounty for your head as you continue to live on our planet. When you're done exploring the village area, you have the chance to go out into the forest and check out the ancient ruins. We're not quite sure what the early civilizations did here, but we do know that the Resistance have set up camp there, and that's where our second signature attraction will be.
where you'll be placed in the middle of an epic battle between the Resistance and the First Order. However, Disneyland does have 3 entrances into the land. So there'll be one in Frontierland, one in Fantasyland, and one in Critter Country. Yes. So the Big Thunder Ranch barbecue is actually already has closed. Yeah. We're not quite ready to share that information just yet on how it's lying out, but we do have 3 entrances into the land.